Laos, known as the land of a million elephants in the heart of Southeast Asia, isn't just appealing for its untouched beauty, but also for its hidden mysteries that few know about. From the terrifying and hair-raising wife-stealing custom to the enigmatic stories surrounding the Plain of Jars, where giant stone jars still hold unresolved mysteries about ancient tribes, there's more than meets the eye. This nation hides more shocking traditions and eerie practices than you might have ever imagined. Are you ready to uncover this strange land? Number 15. The wife-stealing custom in Laos. When it comes to marriage, every country has its unique customs, and in Laos, one of the most remarkable traditions is the wife-stealing custom. While it might sound strange or even frightening, it's considered a romantic act and an essential part of Laotian wedding culture. This tradition usually occurs at the end of the harvest season when the cold winds from the north start blowing, and life in Laos becomes more relaxed after months of hard work. This is the time when young men plan to kidnap the woman they love to move towards marriage. But don't be alarmed, despite the name wife-stealing, this custom is not about force or coercion. In reality, before the kidnapping happens, both individuals must genuinely love each other and understand the tradition. If the woman doesn't agree, she can refuse, and the man must let her return home without any complaints or force. This custom usually takes place at night when everyone is asleep. The young man quietly signals to the girl, and if she agrees, she silently leaves her house to meet him. Sometimes the man's friends or relatives might assist in the process, but the key element here is mutual consent. The girl steps out voluntarily without any coercion. In the past, if the girl showed hesitation, the young man might carry her, and if needed, his close friends would step in to help. But nowadays, with the advent of motorbikes, modern young men often opt to use this vehicle to quickly and efficiently take the girl to their home, a swift, convenient, and romantic way of bride kidnapping. To ensure she doesn't escape, someone might sit behind her to keep everything in check. Interestingly, the girl's family might not even know their daughter has been taken. It might take a few days until the boy's family arrives with chickens and alcohol to formally announce the marriage. Only then does the bride's family discover that their daughter has been taken away. Afterward, the two families sit together to discuss the wedding arrangements, officially recognizing the relationship. The celebration continues with more chickens prepared, drinks poured endlessly, and a marriage is sealed. However, in modern times, this tradition is no longer as common as it once was. Number 14. The most bombed country in the world. Although Laos was a neutral country during the Vietnam War, it was situated on a strategic route known as the Ho Chi Minh Trail, an important network used by North Vietnamese troops to transport soldiers and weapons. To disrupt the supply lines from North Vietnam, the U.S. military conducted a covert operation called Operation Barrel Roll, in which millions of tons of bombs were dropped on Laos without formal authorization from the U.S. Congress. Imagine this: every 8 minutes, a bombing raid took place, 24 hours a day, for 9 years. This means that the entire territory of Laos became the target of one of the largest bombing campaigns in history. As a result, over 2 million tons of bombs were dropped on Laos, a figure that surpasses the total number of bombs dropped by the Allied forces throughout World War II. Among the 270 million cluster bombs dropped, 30%, roughly 80 million, did not explode upon impact. These unexploded bombs remain scattered across Laos, creating a deadly legacy that continues to pose a threat to the local population. This means that more than 40 years after the war ended, Laotians still live in constant fear of these unexploded ordnances. Many fertile agricultural lands cannot be cultivated due to the risk of bomb explosions, and children often accidentally discover unexploded bombs while playing. One wrong move, and an explosion could occur at any moment. From 1964 to 2008, over 50,000 people were killed or injured by unexploded bombs in Laos. From 2008 to 2022, there were 1,198 bomb-related accidents, resulting in 184 fatalities. Tragically, many of the victims are children. These kids, while playing, unknowingly pick up bombs they mistake for toys. An ordinary day can turn into a tragedy in an instant. However, amid this suffering, the people of Laos have demonstrated extraordinary strength and creativity. Unable to destroy all the bombs, they have turned them into everyday objects. The bomb casings, once symbols of destruction, have been recycled into house pillars, entrance gates, and even plant pots and sinks. You'd be surprised to see items such as spoons, knives, scissors, hammers, and even jewelry made from cluster bomb casings. objects that were once tools of death have now become valuable items in daily life. This not only shows the resilience of the Laotian people but also their incredible creativity. A well-preserved bomb casing can even be sold for more than $100. Number 13. Drinking beer from a young age. Do you think beer is just for adults? In Laos, that might surprise you. Children as young as 2 or 3 years old can be seen holding a small beer bottle, and this is no joke. In this country, beer is as common as drinking water, and interestingly, it has become an integral part of everyday life for the people. If you visit any village in Laos, don't be surprised to see a young child casually holding a beer bottle, as if they're drinking a soft drink. The beer drinking habit in Laos has deep roots in the local culture. The average Laotian drinks about 15 liters of beer per year, a relatively high figure compared to many other countries in the region. The most famous beer brand in Laos, Beer Lao, has become a national symbol and is considered the pride of the country. Made from locally grown rice, Beer Lao's distinctive flavor has made it one of the most popular beers not only in Laos but also for export to many other countries. While beer drinking is an important part of the culture, it also comes with serious consequences. Laos has the lowest average life expectancy in Southeast Asia at around 65.7 years, and a significant factor is related to excessive alcohol consumption. Laotians don't just drink beer to quench their thirst, they drink it during festivals, parties, and even in daily meals. Drinking beer from a very young age can lead to various health problems, from liver failure and organ damage to uneven development in children. Every year, hundreds of traffic accidents occur in Laos, with drunk driving being a primary cause. In 2020, over 25% of serious traffic accidents in Laos were linked to driving under the influence of alcohol. Beer consumption has become a serious issue that needs to be addressed to reduce the number of accidents and improve the average life expectancy of the people. Number 12. The mystery of the Plain of Jars. On the Shangkwang Plateau in Laos, nestled among lush green hills, lies a mysterious heritage site that attracts visitors from all over the world, the Plain of Jars. This area features thousands of giant stone jars of various sizes and shapes scattered over a vast expanse. Carved from solid stone, the jars range in height and width from 3 to 10 feet, with the larger jars often weighing up to 30 tons. Most have a cylindrical shape with a wide bottom and a narrower top, suggesting they may have had lids, although only a few have been found intact. One jar even has an intricate relief depicting a mysterious frogman figure. So what was the purpose of these giant stone jars? Local legends suggest they were used to brew rice wine for ancient celebrations by a race of giants. Another story claims these jars were crafted from a unique mixture of natural materials including clay and animal products, and fired in a nearby cave. However, research over the past century has revealed a more somber explanation, that these jars were ancient burial containers. French archaeologists in the 1930s found traces of teeth, bones, pottery, and decorative beads inside and around these jars, suggesting they were part of ancient funerary rituals. Some scholars theorize that these jars served as vessels to aid in the transition of souls to the afterlife, similar to royal burial customs in Thailand and Cambodia. The jars might have also been used for secondary burials, where a body was initially buried in a primary grave and allowed to decompose until only bones remained, which were then collected and buried in these jars. This theory aligns with some burial mounds discovered nearby. Radiocarbon dating indicates that the jars were placed here between 1240 and 660 BCE. The designs and decorations on the jars vary greatly, reflecting the evolution of culture and beliefs over historical periods. However, who built them and why they chose this remote mountainous region remains unknown. Today, the Plain of Jars is one of the most important prehistoric sites in Southeast Asia and was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2019. Visitors can explore areas where the stone jars are concentrated, learn about the theories regarding their purpose, and experience the unique culture of the local people. Number 11. The world of insects. If you think eating insects is just a challenge meant for reality TV shows, try visiting Laos, where insects are not just a test of bravery, but an important part of the daily diet. Laotians are no strangers to turning these creepy crawlies into delicious and nutritious dishes. Here you can easily find specialties made from giant water bugs, tarantulas, crickets, and even black ant eggs. Surprisingly, insects are considered an excellent source of protein in Laos. These insects are not merely consumed on special occasions, but are seen as a nourishing part of everyday life. Don't be deceived by their unappealing appearance. If you're brave enough to overcome the visual barrier, you'll discover a unique flavor found nowhere else. The giant water bug is one of the most popular insect dishes in Laos. They're deep-fried and often served with a special dipping sauce. Although they might look intimidating, the water bugs have a sweet and crunchy taste, a perfect combination of unique flavors and textures. Fried tarantulas are another must-try. Don't worry, once fried, tarantulas taste quite good and crunchy, much like roasted chicken. Crickets and black ant eggs are also common. Crickets are deep-fried with spices to enhance the flavor, while black ant eggs are typically used as ingredients in dishes like ant egg soup. If you're looking for a meal that's both nutritious and unique, don't hesitate to give these a try. They're not only rich in protein, but also contain other essential nutrients that help improve health and provide energy for the body. Although many people may be hesitant to try insect-based dishes, insect cuisine in Laos offers an unforgettable culinary experience. Who knows, after your trip, you might even become a fan of these nutritious delicacies. Number 10. Tea made from droppings. Have you ever imagined sitting down and enjoying a cup of tea made from silkworm droppings? It sounds quite odd, even unappealing, but in Laos, this is a rare delicacy cherished by the locals. Silkworm dropping tea is not just a unique beverage, but also an exciting culinary experience for those who love exploring new things. This tea is produced at Ok Pop Tok, a handicraft center in Laos, famous for raising silkworms for silk production. Instead of discarding the droppings, they are processed into a special kind of tea. According to Laotians, silkworm dropping tea has a light, delicate, and even pleasant flavor. The tea-making process isn't as simple as just using droppings. It's quite meticulous, involving the selection of silkworms fed on fresh, clean mulberry leaves, followed by collecting, drying, and processing their droppings into tea. These droppings retain the nutrients from the mulberry leaves, making this tea not only flavorful, but also believed to be beneficial for health. Imagine, instead of an ordinary cup of green tea, you're invited to try silkworm dropping tea. It might not sound appealing, but to the locals, this is a unique and valuable part of their culture. This tea is even used during important festivals and considered a prestigious gift for special guests. Interestingly, Laotians swear by the health benefits and unique taste of this tea. Although you might hesitate at first, once you overcome the initial reluctance, it will be a memorable culinary experience. Silkworm dropping tea is believed to detoxify the body, reduce stress, and bring relaxation after a long, tiring day. Number 9. Bun Pimay Water Festival. If you love water festivals, then Bun Pimay in Laos is an experience you shouldn't miss. The Bun Pimay Festival, also known as the Lao New Year, lasts for 3 days from April 13th to 15th every year. It's essentially a massive water party where no one, not even tourists, can escape. Laotians will use anything they can find, buckets, bowls, spray bottles, even hoses, to splash water on each other during Bun Pimay. The water splashing isn't just among friends and family but has spiritual significance. People pour water over monks, temples, and even trees to wish for luck and blessings in the new year. They believe the water will wash away the misfortunes of the past year and welcome good things in the coming year. The monks, instead of getting upset when splashed, usually smile, as it's a way for the community to show respect and seek blessings. One special ritual follows after everyone is soaked: the string tying ceremony. People tie white strings around each other's wrists while offering good wishes. These white strings symbolize luck and a way for the community to express love and unity. Bun Pimay isn't just a fun festival, it's also a time for spiritual purification and connection. People visit temples, pray, listen to sermons from monks, and particularly bathe Buddha statues. Laotians believe that by pouring water over these statues, they wash away sins and hardships from the past year while embracing peace and purity for the year ahead. Number 8. Wood soup. If you think you've tried every bizarre dish in the world, get ready for your next shock: wood soup. Yes, in Laos, people actually eat wood. It may sound like a joke, but in this country, wood soup is a special dish and a genuine part of their unique cuisine. The soup is made from a special kind of wood that becomes soft and edible when cooked. But don't think it's as easy as chewing a piece of potato. When you first try this soup, you might immediately feel your tongue go numb, accompanied by an itchy, burning sensation that may make you want to spit it out. The soup is made from mulberry wood, a common tree in Laos's tropical forests. Mulberry wood is not the hard kind you might associate with wood. When cooked properly, it becomes soft but still retains the firm texture of wood, offering a unique chewing experience. As you brave the dish, you'll notice that it has a mild flavor, nearly tasteless with just a hint of woody earthiness in the spices used in cooking. The most notable aspect isn't the taste but the texture. You might find yourself staring at the floating pieces of wood in your soup, wondering, where should I start? Each bite is a real challenge, with your tongue tingling and tiny wood fibers sticking to your teeth. A truly unforgettable experience. Number 7. The groom lives with the bride's family. In many parts of the world, after marriage, the bride usually moves in with the groom's family, adhering to long-standing traditions about marital roles. However, in Laos, this custom is entirely reversed. After the wedding, the groom is the one who moves in with the bride's family. According to tradition, the groom lives with his wife's family for 1 to 2 years after marriage. During this time, he not only supports his wife's family financially, but also takes on many household chores, from cooking and cleaning to taking care of the family. This might seem surprising and even contradictory to the traditional role of a husband, but it's the norm in Laotian society. Another interesting aspect is that during his time living with his wife's family, the groom is not limited to just financial contributions. He also has to participate in daily tasks such as cooking, cleaning, and other household duties. The groom's role as a homemaker in his wife's family might surprise those from other cultures, but for the people of Laos, it's a normal part of married life. The groom is expected to show dedication and demonstrate his ability to take care of his new family in the most thoughtful way. Perhaps the most surprising aspect for many is the groom's role in household chores. Yes, the groom in Laos isn't just responsible for finances, he also has to carry out housework, from cooking for the whole family to cleaning the house. The groom's job is to ensure everything runs smoothly in his wife's household. This is not only about sharing responsibilities, but also a way for the groom to prove that he is a mature man capable of taking care of his wife and family. Not all grooms may be ready for this at first, but it helps them develop necessary skills and demonstrate their sense of responsibility. Part of living with the wife's family includes helping them improve their economic situation, especially in farming households where the groom can participate in crop cultivation or animal husbandry. In many cultures, living with the wife's family and doing household chores might be seen as lowering the man's status or not fitting traditional gender roles. However, in Laos, this custom is not just a responsibility but also an honor, showcasing that the man is strong and capable enough to contribute to and protect his wife's family. Number 6. The Land of a Million Elephants. Laos has historical roots in the Lansang Kingdom, established in 1354 by King Fa Ngum. Lansang means Land of a Million Elephants. As such, Laos is often called the Land of a Million Elephants. Historically, Laos was home to many elephants. However, their numbers have dwindled, and many children have never even seen an elephant. In the 1980s, there were around 4,000 elephants in Laos, but today only about 800 remain, a 75% decline over 30 years. According to a CNN article from August 9, 2017, to preserve this historically significant animal, several elephant conservation camps have been established throughout Laos. These camps aim to protect and rehabilitate elephants, ensuring that this important symbol of Lao culture and history does not disappear entirely. Number 5. Strange burial customs. When it comes to burial customs, the Lao people have some truly unique practices. In Lao culture, a funeral is not just a ceremony, it's a way to show respect and love for the deceased. When choosing a burial or cremation site, Lao people perform an interesting ritual. They throw a handful of sticky rice or an egg into the air. The place where the rice or egg lands is considered the appropriate resting place for the deceased. This act has a spiritual aspect and symbolizes the connection between the earthly world and the spiritual realm. It reflects the belief that the falling place of the rice or egg is chosen by spirits, ensuring that the deceased will find peace in their eternal life. If the person is cremated, the ashes are collected after 3 days and placed in an urn. This urn is not just a container for ashes but carries deep spiritual significance. The family then takes the urn to a temple for worship, making it easier for them to pay homage to the deceased and maintain their connection with them. The cremation ceremony, and placing the ashes in the urn, reflect the Lao people's deep traditions and beliefs, allowing families to keep memories of the departed while honoring their culture. Number 4. Laos has no sea but still has a sea. Laos is the only Southeast Asian country without a coastline, but don't think the people here don't have their own sea. In reality, they found a creative way to compensate for this through the Nam Ngum Reservoir, a massive man-made lake north of the capital, Vientiane, covering an area of 250 square kilometers. Nam Ngum offers all the activities you'd expect from a sea: boating, swimming, and fishing. The locals affectionately call it the Sea of Laos. Although it doesn't have salty water or white sand like real beaches, Nam Ngum Lake can still satisfy even the most demanding travelers. The scenery around the lake is truly stunning, with lush green mountains surrounding the calm water, creating a peaceful and relaxing atmosphere. For those passionate about water activities, Nam Ngum is an ideal destination. You can rent a small boat to explore the tiny islands scattered across the lake, or simply sit by the shore, unwind, and fish in the serene natural setting. Nam Ngum Lake isn't just for recreation. Built in the 1970s as part of a major hydroelectric project, this reservoir provides a significant source of energy for Laos. With the economic and recreational benefits it brings, Nam Ngum has become an integral part of Lao people's lives, as well as an attraction for international tourists. If Nam Ngum Lake isn't impressive enough for you, explore the Khon Papang Falls, a true natural wonder that amazes everyone. Located on the Mekong River near the Cambodian border, Khon Papang is known as the widest waterfall in the world, stretching up to 10,783 meters. This waterfall is not only famous for its enormous size but also for its majestic beauty. The powerful water flow creates resounding sounds and breathtaking scenery, enough to captivate anyone standing in front of it. In summary, although Laos doesn't have a coastline, it boasts stunning natural wonders, from the tranquil Nam Ngum Lake to the majestic Khon Papang Falls. If you have the chance to visit this country, don't miss the opportunity to explore the inland seas and record-breaking waterfalls that Laos proudly possesses. Number 3. Coffee in a plastic bag. Coffee in Laos offers a unique and distinctive experience compared to other places around the world. Instead of drinking coffee from glass cups or paper cups like we often see, Laotians have their own way of enjoying it: coffee in plastic bags. These bags usually have a handle and are transparent, revealing the dark color of the coffee inside, along with a straw for you to sip the iced coffee easily. In Laos, coffee is typically sold at small roadside shops or push carts where locals and tourists can stop by to grab a cup. Interestingly, instead of pouring coffee into a cup or glass, the seller will pour it into a plastic bag, add some ice, and provide a straw. This not only makes it more convenient to enjoy coffee on the go, but also adds a unique touch to Lao coffee culture. In fact, coffee bags have become so popular and familiar that you can see everyone from students and office workers to street vendors carrying a coffee bag with them. Lao coffee is often prepared early in the morning and kept cold in ice containers. When a customer arrives, the seller quickly scoops the coffee from the container, pours it into a bag and hands it to the customer. Convenient and fast, it embodies the true takeaway style but with a distinct flair. Not only is the method of enjoying it special, but Lao coffee is also famous for its rich flavor. Made from locally grown coffee beans, Lao coffee has a strong aroma and robust taste. Another feature is that it's often brewed with condensed milk, creating a sweet and creamy flavor. The sweetness of the condensed milk, combined with the mild bitterness of the coffee, creates a perfect harmony, an experience that visitors shouldn't miss when visiting Laos. The Bazi ceremony is one of the most unique and meaningful customs in Lao culture, symbolizing the respect and filial piety of the local people. This custom typically takes place after the water-splashing rituals of the Baun Pi Mai festival, a traditional festival marking the Lao New Year held in April. After the joyful water battles end, people gather for the Basi ritual. They use white threads, a symbol of purity and luck, to tie around each other's wrists. The Basi ceremony is not just about tying a thread, it also carries good wishes, praying for health, happiness, and peace for the recipient. What's special about this ritual is the interaction between generations, from grandparents and parents to children, as well as among friends and neighbors. Each thread is not just a physical gift but also a blessing, reflecting the connection and bond within the community. Laotians believe that during the tying process, positive energy is transferred, bringing well-being and luck to both the giver and the receiver. The Basi ceremony is not only performed during Baun Pi Mai, but can also be carried out on other occasions such as weddings, birthdays, or important life events. It is a part of Lao culture that emphasizes respect and bonding between people, highlighting the care, love, and filial piety that the Lao people have for one another. Number 1. Lao communication culture. When visiting Laos, you'll be charmed by the friendly people and their radiant smiles. One highlight of Lao communication is their polite greetings and gestures that show respect to others. The common greeting Sabaidi in Lao means, "I wish you well," and is used in all situations. This greeting is accompanied by a gesture called nop, where they press their palms together and bow slightly. The level of bowing indicates respect toward the other person. This greeting means wishing you health or wishing you peace, expressing good wishes for the other person. The gesture of hands clasped and bowing when greeting shows respect and politeness. The degree of bowing shows the level of respect toward the other person. A slight bow shows basic respect to those of equal or younger age, while a deeper bow is a gesture of respect toward elders or those of higher status. To show utmost respect to seniors, monks, or the king, one should bow very deeply. In Lao culture, it's considered inappropriate to touch others on the body, arms, or legs when greeting. Especially, you should avoid touching someone's head, as it is considered disrespectful. When conversing, it's also important to maintain a proper distance and avoid staring directly into the other person's eyes. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to like and share so more people can discover Laos's amazing secrets. Please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to not miss any of our upcoming exciting videos. Thank you, and see you in the next one.